A Colorado man was arrested on March 21st after allegedly trying to sell drugs at a gas station in Hays. Hays Police Chief Don Schreiber reported that officers responded to a report of a suspicious man at a gas station on North Vine Street, and the man allegedly gave a false name and denied involvement in any drug activity. Schreiber said the Kansas Highway Patrol assisted at the scene with a roadside fingerprint scanner, which ultimately identified the suspect as 38-year-old Andrew David Voda of Newcastle, who had a felony warrant out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Schreiber said a search of the vehicle allegedly uncovered liquid methamphetamine, resulting in several charges, including possession with intent to distribute, DUI, an open container violation, possession of drug paraphernalia, and interference with law enforcement. Schreiber said the suspect was also charged with violating a protection from abuse order and possessing stolen property, as the vehicle he was driving was allegedly stolen from Colorado. Schreiber credited the Kansas Highway Patrol for helping the officers identify the suspect. On Thursday, Attorney General Chris Kobach issued a consumer alert warning Kansas residents of the recent bankruptcy filing by 23andMe, a direct-to-consumer genetic testing and information company. 23andMe filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on March 23rd, and the company said in a press release that there are no changes to the way the company stores, manages, or protects customer data. However, the bankruptcy raises the risk that 23andMe may attempt to sell Kansas's genetic data and other private information as part of the bankruptcy proceedings. Assistant Attorney General Sarah Dietz said protecting Kansans' personal information and genetic data is one of the utmost importance to their office, and because of the company's current financial situation, they encourage Kansans to consider requesting deletion of the genetic data held by 23andMe. Kansas residents should be aware of their rights and the protections afforded to their genetic data under the Kansas Consumer Protection Act and the Wayne-Owen Act. Since this data is incredibly personal and sensitive, it's important to understand your rights under Kansas's privacy laws, including how to delete your genetic data from 23andMe. You can visit the Office of the Kansas Attorney General's website for more information on your rights and for instructions on how to delete your information through 23andMe at ag.ks.gov. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is encouraging dairy producers to enroll in Dairy Margin Coverage, or DMC, an important safety net program that allows offset milk and feed price differences. This year's DMC sign-up began January 29th, and the deadline to enroll is this Monday, March 31st. USDA Farm Service Agency Deputy State Executive Director Joshua Ritter said they encourage producers to join the 67 dairy operations in Kansas that have already signed up for this important safety net program in advance of the deadline. He said at 15 cents per hard weight for $9.50 coverage, risk protection through dairy margin coverage is a cost-effective tool to manage risk and provide security for dairy operations. DMC payments are calculated using updated feed and premium hay costs, making the program more reflective of actual dairy producer expenses, and these updated feed calculations use 100% premium alfalfa hay. For more information on DMC, you can visit or contact your local USDA service center. The Kansas Department of Transportation is alerting the public to a scam involving fraudulent text messages known as smishing that falsely claim to be from the Kansas Department of Transportation demanding payment for unpaid tolls. However, do not click on the link, as it's not a Kansas Department of Transportation website. Clicking the link in the text can expose victims to financial fraud, allowing scammers access to bank accounts and personal data. The Kansas Department of Transportation does not collect tolls for road usage and does not send unsolicited text messages. And the Kansas Turnpike Authority, a separate state agency responsible for turnpike toll collection, also has been targeted in similar scams. Those who receive a fraudulent message can file a complaint with the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at ic3.gov, and this site is dedicated to sharing information on Internet crimes across law enforcement agencies.